You like magic? Check this out. I really don't know any magic tricks. This is all I know how to do. Welcome back to the series where we cover every survivor skin in Forsaken. I covered Shedletsky last time, who was the first employee hired into Roblox, and now I'm covering Dusekkar, who was the second employee hired into Roblox. While making this video, the game updated, and there were some skins that were released into the shop that immediately got removed because they weren't supposed to be released. I'm not going to cover them as they were only accessible for like 10 seconds. We don't really know anything about them. I am planning to make an everything I missed video going on like the newer things, so when the stuff does get added, I will eventually talk about them. Anyways, if you like this video, like, subscribe, don't let the water run in your house. Also, if you're wondering why I sound different in this video, it's because I am sick. I don't know why I'm sick, I think it's just because I've been editing this for a bit. I might take a little break from these uploads just because, to sell how sick I am, look at me. I have never looked so ill before. And of course, I say every video, if you have any corrections, critiques, or fun facts, please leave them in the comment section below. I know I can get things wrong sometimes, and it's good if people who watch this get the right information. So if you have anything to say, then please say it. Let's just start talking about Dusekkar. Oh, also, if you don't know who I am, I'm gonna talk about sunglasses. Matt Dusekkar was the second employee hired into Roblox. Pretty much hired right after Shedletsky was hired. Unlike Shedletsky, however, we don't have nearly enough information on him. He was hired in 2006, and he left his job in 2019. And in that 13-year time frame, he didn't really do too much stuff publicly. Where Shedletsky would be getting really popular for hosting chicken eating contests, Dusekkar would be programming physics engines in private to better the Roblox platform without having to show up in Roblox talk shows. That's not to say he wasn't completely out of the public eye. It would be kinda hard to do that, being the second employee hired into Roblox and all. For example, in 2008, in honor of Matt Dusekkar's hard work, Shedletsky made a hat accessory titled the Dusekkar, which is the cool pumpkin he still wears today. So now he goes by the nickname Dusekkar by the people of Forsaken. In Forsaken, Dusekkar is based on his official Roblox toy more than anything. I'll go into more detail of that later. For now, just know that the toy wields the Staff of the Winds, which is a Roblox gear that has wind powers. It's the same staff that Dusekkar uses in Forsaken. Dusekkar's Forsaken lore goes hand in hand with Shedletsky's lore, which is just Shedletsky dying by 1x and getting Forsakened, and Dusekkar going to bed to sleep the pain away, and he wakes up in Forsaken. We actually don't have too much lore on him, so I'm just gonna move on to the abilities. For the sake of showing off different variations of these later, Dusekkar has 3 abilities, 1 passive and 2 activatable. His passive just has him constantly float, therefore keeping his big clompers from clomping. His first actual ability is Spawn Protection, which has you train your cursor on a survivor to give them damage protection while you're protecting them. His third ability is a simple projectile beam that can speed up survivors when hit, or you could shoot a killer with it to temporarily slow them down. And of course, you could hit both a survivor and a killer with it if you aim well. There's some other things I can talk about when it comes to this magic man, so I'm just gonna save that for the milestones that I'm covering right now. Milestone 1. Matt Dusekkar is an anti-nihilist, meaning he sees the world in a negative light, however he works to improve it. Enjoy the good, endure the bad. Matt Dusekkar overall is pretty spiritual. You can kinda tell this man is into fantasy by looking at his Twitter, or of course his Roblox group, League of the Scroll. The group was made in 2010, and the description for the group is a society for lovers of learning, with a special charge to protect Robloxia from various forms of gathering menace. The last time Dusekkar posted in the group was in 2010. Are you starting to get the feel for this guy? He's very interesting. He's into a lot of philosophies, he's mysterious, and he uses the Roblox grey wizard robes for his avatar. So it's easy to see Dusekkar as this enlightened wizard character. He must have embraced it, as in 2007, back when Roblox was releasing its first series of official toys, a Matt Dusekkar figure was created with the following description. Behold, the Master Wizard Matt Dusekkar. As one of the first Robloxians working with Builderman, his supreme programming skills, sharpened by his years of training, smites down bugs with the blink of an eye. He wears the distinguished Dusekkar to exhibit his magical power. So I guess Dusekkar is just a master wizard in official Roblox lore. Oh, and I forgot to talk about the actual milestone. It just makes his robe 3D, as well as making him more detailed in general. The Dusekkar milestones all have purchase quotes, much like Noob's milestones. Dusekkar's first quote is, "But we return to a place, the place that will restore you to a former glory." Milestone 2. Dusekkar's second milestone is much cooler than his previous one, as this one references Matt's avatar back in 2008, giving him a cape as well as some new clothing. The quote that appears whenever you unlock this skin being, "And what occurred hit us steadfast." Okay, so Matt Dusekkar is a wizard god in Roblox lore, which is true for his lore in Forsaken as well, as when the Spectre went to kidnap him and forsake him, the Spectre didn't just take Dusekkar out of his bed, they instead teleported Dusekkar's entire house into Forsaken, and then proceeding to nerf Dusekkar to high hell. What I'm trying to say here is, Dusekkar can solo your favorite verse. In Forsaken, there's a character named Two-Time. You know who that is, but I'm gonna explain him anyways. Two-Time is I actually can't say the word, so you're just gonna have to read the screen right now. The club he's in is a hoax though, and since Dusekkar is God and knows all, Dusekkar despises Two-Time. This doesn't really mean anything to me, but it does give Dusekkar unique lines whenever he shields a Two-Time after it being requested, which is pretty fun. I don't think any other characters I've talked about has done this. Milestone 3. His third milestone is pretty similar to the last one, but just makes his fit more dirtier and rugged, as well as giving him shiny yellow horns. It does add this golden shoulder pauldron, which is what his last milestone is missing, as his avatar in 2008 had a pauldron as well, but it just wasn't golden. The quote when unlocking this milestone being, "Afterwards I was doomed, fated to meet the end of my story." Usually the milestone 3s for survivors give them a unique gimmick, like Elliot throwing stars or Shadletsky's unique swing animation. Dusekkar doesn't have anything though, so what else could I talk about? Dusekkar's request lines are probably the most unique in the game, as they all rhyme. Most of their rhymes following an ABCB quatrain. For example, "The night is cold as the moon shines bright. A slice of pizza may serve me just right." Damn. Who knew Dusekkar could spit like that? Milestone 4. Dusekkar's final milestone does give him something pretty unique, which is the loss of his staff and the addition of his sword. The sword being the Blade of Dusekkar, which is an actual Roblox gear you could get by purchasing the Matt Dusekkar Roblox toy that I had mentioned earlier. The milestone also makes him even dirtier and grimier. I'm guessing it's to go with the old wise wizard character theme. The last quote you get when you unlock this milestone is, "I will give my life for yours, all for you to come back." You could combine all of these milestones to get this paragraph. "But we return to a place, the place that will restore you to a former glory. And what occurred hit us steadfast. Afterwards I was doomed, fated to meet the end of my story. I will give my life for yours, all for you to come back." I think it may just be an oath he made after seeing Shadletsky get forsaken, but I could be completely wrong. If you have a better idea on what this could mean, please comment it. Also, you could read the quotes in Milestone 4 to Milestone 1, and maybe that'll do something. Okay, you know who Dusekkar is now, right? Second employee hired into Roblox, good developer, wizard in Forsaken, and in real life, maybe. Let's just get onto the non-milestone skins. Ghosdeeri. The Dusekkar accessory that Shadletsky made for Matt Dusekkar isn't really original. It's really just a remodel of the classic Roblox Pumpkinhead, which was created in 2007. It's exactly what you think it is. In 2008, Shadletsky made the Dusekkar, and in 2014, Roblox released the Ghosdeeri, which is just a white recolor of the Dusekkar. This is exactly what this Forsaken skin is. A white recolor of Dusekkar, where he wears the Ghosdeeri. The purchase quote for this skin is referencing Somebody's Watching Me by Rockwell. Doomsekkar. This one's also based on a recolored Dusekkar hat, this one being the Doomsekkar accessory released in 2013. You could only get the Doomsekkar and the Ghosdeeri on Halloween during their respective year's Halloween events. Again, this is just a recolor, however it does replace Dusekkar's Staff of the Winds with the Zombie Staff, an old gear released in Roblox in 2010 for 1,000 Robux. You can still buy it, but all it does is spawn a few friendly zombies with really basic AI. The thing came out in 2010, so what can you expect? The zombie staff doesn't do anything special in Forsaken. The render does show the zombie staff's zombies, which is pretty cool. Scarecrow. In October 2006, Shaletsky released Haunted Mansion, a game where you spawned in around this mansion and were given rocket launchers and other weapons to kill players. You may recognize this mansion, as this thing's pretty popular. It's referenced a lot in other Roblox games. I could probably spend 10 minutes going through this map and explaining what other Roblox games it's referenced in. I'm not going to do that though. Maybe if they released all of the Haunted Mansion as a Forsaken character, then I would. In the front of the mansion, there's a pumpkin patch where you could see this scarecrow suspended on a pole, protecting the patch from the crows, maybe. The Dusekkar skin is that scarecrow, having the head be replaced by one of the pumpkins, as well as their staff being replaced with the pole that the scarecrow was suspended by. I wonder if this scarecrow scared anyone in 2006. FliesOfTheLord. Flies is a supporting character in the Roblox horror series RecallAHollowHeart. The series is kind of a bait and switch. Half of the videos in this series at the beginning just follow user Dragon Dude playing Roblox and making skits with his friends. At some point, one of his friends, Ace of Spades, goes missing. Then the series just kind of follows Dragon Dude searching for him. Dragon Dude gets cursed. I'm not going to explain this series fully. Maybe I'll do that when I cover the Ace of Spades skins for 1x. But for now, you're just going to have to watch the series yourself to appreciate it, as I'm just going to be saying cliff notes. The antagonist of this series is an evil influence creature that turns everything grayscale. You can be aware of their presence whenever you see this structure. Sometimes it's far, sometimes it's close, but you just don't want this thing to be in your game, okay? At a certain point in this series, Dragon Dude meets the Anti-Night group, which is a group of users dedicated to stopping, or at least understanding the influence. Dragon Dude meets the Anti-Night by getting in contact with FliesOfTheLord, who was another friend of Ace of Spades before he went missing. Flies is kind of a dick. I know in lore he lost some friends, but even before they went missing, Flies was made out as someone not fun to hang out with anyways. Sorry if you're a fly lover, just he's no Dusekkar. In Forsaken, FliesOfTheLord doesn't use Dusekkar's staff. Instead, he uses something that looks a lot like the evil gray structure for some reason. The skin also has unique ability effects, turning the spawn protection to be the Anti-Night symbol, which is based on the hat accessory that the leader of the Anti-Night uses. Flies also has unique request lines, turning him into a dick, as well as custom sound effects to make him more retro. They also lower his frames to make him even more retro than he already was. One last thing about this skin, whenever you die while using it, Flies will turn completely grayscale, which is something that happens whenever the influence influences you. I actually don't know if it's called the influence, I'm just calling it that because it's funny. Imagine your bad influence being a Roblox structure. PotSekkar. All this skin really does is give Dusekkar a pot for a head, and color him differently. Pretty boring. The teapot he's wearing is a very early model created by Roblox. I could go a lot into this thing, but because I don't care much about this skin, I'm just going to talk about the main thing. In 2007, user Clockwork made Dodge the Flying Teapots of Doom, which has you dodge teapots in a small obstacle course. The render for this Forsaken skin showing the game. I'll talk a lot more about Clockwork and his games later in this series, as he is planned as a full survivor in this game. Blizzaria. This skin is very in line with the Ghosdeeri and the Doomsekkar, in which it bases the entire skin on one accessory. The accessory in question being the Blizzaria the Frozen, another hat in the Pumpkinhead series that was released in 2013. It was pretty interesting as you could buy this Pumpkinhead for ticks, aka you could get it for free if you played Roblox enough. The purchase quote for the skin referencing the description that the Roblox hat has. Usually I would end this segment right here, but for some reason this skin has unique request lines, which is pretty weird, as this is just like a theme skin. I mean, I'm glad it got more attention, but like, why this one and not the other ones? Anyways, the request lines removes Dusekkar's rhyming and instead just makes him cold all the time, I guess. I don't know, this is weird to me. Y2K. This skin turns Dusekkar completely monochromatic. This could reference multiple things, but I think it's just the year 2000 and the devs of Forsaken thinking that year was cool as hell. Therefore, these cool, edgy, all-black skins that some other characters have. I could be wrong though. The skin is pretty cool looking. It changes their staff to be this unowned looking thing, while also changing all of Dusekkar's abilities to be colored white and red. Doothekarr. Doothekarr replaces the well-established, nice and dapper Pumpkin Man with a dumb, stupid, moron-looking pumpkin that is based on people's attempts to carve the most stupid pumpkins. This one being based off this specific pumpkin, I believe. Doothekarr also has unique request lines, making him sound more stupid, as well as having him spit out pumpkin emojis every now and then. Toy. As I've mentioned before, a lot of Matt Dusick's base lore in Forsaken comes from his official Roblox toy, the skin fully replacing Dusekkar with the toy's design. The skin kinda turns him more low quality, I guess. It doesn't seem really right. I guess that's what they were going for, as Dusekkar's animations have a lower frame rate when using this skin, much like the FliesOfTheLord skin. This skin came out alongside some other toy skins, so I'll probably explain more about this line of toys when I get to those maybe. Overall, I don't really care too much, so don't quote me on that. Also, while I'm here, I was looking through the wiki for Dusekkar earlier, not the Forsaken wiki, just the Roblox wiki in general, and this is listed, which is like, why? Why do we know this? Why would anyone care? Unless they actually want to stalk this man. I feel wrong even spreading this. This really just comes out of nowhere. Kind of like what I'm doing right now. This doesn't really relate to the skin. I guess I'll go on to the next one now. Umdum. Umdum is very similar to Doothekarr. Just Dusekkar but stupid. I can't find the specific pumpkin it's based on, but it's probably very similar to Doothekarr. Their outfit is cool in 3D. I don't know why these silly skins have such detailed outfits. And Umdum also has unique request lines that are the exact same as Doothekkar's. He's such a moron! Darkseed. This skin is entirely based on the Pumpkinhead hat, Darkseed the Fallen. Again, this is a recolor of the base Pumpkinhead, released in 2008, and purchasable with ticks. Darkseed is a little more interesting compared to the other recolors, as the Darkseed became a pretty popular hat, so Roblox released some separate accessories to go with it. This Forsaken skin in particular wearing a lot of them. Dusekkar's staff is replaced by the Hades Staff of Darkness, a GameStop exclusive. I wonder how you could have gotten it. And whenever you use spawn protection on someone, the Roblox growl sound will play. The skin is actually getting redesigned to look a little cooler. I'm glad Forsaken is going back to these less cool skins and making them look cooler. Maybe they'll give Ghosdeeri more attention too someday. ToaZuku. ToaZuku was a very old account created on Roblox. He started playing in 2006 and quit Roblox in 2010. In those 4 years, he became pretty notable for the clothes he made on Roblox. One of his shirts even being the one Milestone Lesky uses in Forsaken. ToaZuku was also like him. He participated in several Roblox contests and won 5 of them. One of the contests he won being the first Roblox event, the Homestead Furniture Making Contest. You'll know what that is if you're a massive Caddy fan like I am. Another contest he won being the 2007 Roblox Spooky Building Contest. having him win the Eerie Pumpkin, which is the pumpkin head he's most known for using. ToaZuku also participated in the Roblox Rocks music video contest. He didn't win, but his video submission for the contest is seen in the render for this Forsaken skin. The skin also replaces Doosekkar's staff with the Staff of the Woodlands. I don't really know if there's any significance to that. I think he just has a different staff to match his own color scheme. The skin also changes Doosekkar's animations so he moves in 12 frames per second to mimic a retro feel much like the other 12 frame per second ones. In 2016, ToaZuku's Roblox account got hacked, and in 2020, the account was terminated, removing a lot of ToaZuku's history from Roblox. I hope he's doing well. I think he does have like kids and lives in Alaska or something, I don't know. Beach Sander. This skin was released alongside some other skins to celebrate the season of summer, even though it wasn't summer when they released. Not much to say here, it gives Dusekkar a beach ball theme, as well as changing his staff into an umbrella. I'm not going to spend any more time on this, so sorry if it's your favorite skin. Infernal Sorcerer. This one's a little hard for me. It gives Dusekkar a Scarecrow jack-o'-lantern theme. Pretty basic, and doesn't change much. The pumpkin head he uses is not like the others though. I couldn't find what accessory it's supposed to be. It may be an original model, I don't know. The staff he uses though is the Haunted Pumpkin Staff, another staff gear that shoots projectiles. The head that the skin uses is very similar to the pumpkin staff, so you'd think this would be an actual accessory, right? I don't know though, I could not find it. Paula. Paula is the second character in Earthbound, a very popular RPG that set a lot of standards in its genre. Paula is a member of Ness's party, Ness being the protagonist in Earthbound, who is also a skin for Chandletsky. There's actually several Earthbound skins for other survivors, and they all kind of shared some similarities, like unique Earthbound sound effects whenever a character uses their abilities. Paula in Earthbound is a master of PSI, which is the magic system in the Earthbound series. And in Forsaken, this skin has sound effects for both the Thunder ability and the Magnet ability. Other than that, the Paula skin also uses a frying pan instead of a staff, and her plasma beam is colored yellow instead of blue. I don't want to explain Earthbound lore here, but Paula could use a frying pan for her base attack whenever you don't want to use PSI moves. I gave a little summary of Earthbound lore in my other videos. If I had to explain Paula's role, it'd be like the heart of Ness's group when she is in the group. I don't know, play Earthbound. Butler. This skin turns Dusekkar into a butler. Really boring, maybe there's a reference here. If you don't know what a butler is, it's just a job of someone who serves a household. The Dusekkar skin is dripped out for some reason, having him wear a monocle, as well as giving their staff a golden color. I really don't know why they're rich. I'm assuming he's a butler for the Haunted Mansion, as you could see the door of the mansion in the background of this render. Librarian. Look at this picture of Vegeta reading in a library. Now imagine if he was Dusekkar. That is what the skin is. Marisa. Marisa Kurasame is an ordinary human magician who specializes in light and heat magic and currently resides in the Forest of Magic. She is considered to be the deuteragonist of the Touhou Project series, along with the main protagonist, Reimu Hakare. Outwardly, Marisa is an outgoing and informal person. Haida states that her personality is condescending, but she has a sophisticated side to her that tends to be interesting. If you couldn't tell that I stole that paragraph, then now you do. I stole this paragraph. So yeah, Marisa originates from the Touhou Project, a Japanese title created by Shanghai Alice and Twilight Frontier. I've never played a Touhou Project game. It does seem pretty crazy though. Maybe you should try it out. In the Touhou Project, she can fly, she's a master of magic, and I think she has the ability to learn other people's moves or something. I don't know, again, never played the game. Anyways, Marisa in Forsaken uses a broom instead of a staff because of her use of a broom in her respective games. And her design in Forsaken seems to be based on her Fumo plushie rather than her actual design. I guess the plushie would be her official design because it's official. Anyways, I like the skin. Hopefully this segment didn't upset anyone. Bloodchrome. This skin turns Doosekkar evil, I guess. That's all I could really get from it. It gives Doosekkar more casual clothes, as well as making his staff and all of his abilities red. While I don't know what this could be referencing, if anything, it's a pretty good skin. The 3D clothes are a very nice detail. I think it may be referencing, like, if Dusekkar was an edgy OC, much like Shadletsky's Blood Edge. But again, I don't know, I'm grasping at straws. Glow in the Dark. This skin is bullshit. It's named Glow in the Dark, yet it doesn't glow in the dark. I don't even want to talk about this scam skin, I hate it. The only good thing the skin does is give Dusekkar a green staff as well as green abilities. It's based off an old Roblox avatar. Not an old avatar for Matt Dusek, it's instead an old avatar that Builderman used in 2008. Of course the scam skin is owned by Builderman of all people, goddamn. 2009. Now this is more like it. This skin changes Dusekkar into his appearance back in 2008. I don't know why it's called 2009, to be honest. Doesn't matter, we love our retro skins. The skin lowers Dusekkar's frame rate to match a retro feel. The shirt he uses in the skin is also a shirt he actually made. It's free, so you could get it if you want. I think he made it just to test the ability to add UGCs in the marketplace in 2007, but he did use the flower shirt in quite a few of his avatars. Also, this skin used to suck. The flame effect used to be lore accurate, therefore it would cover 90% of your screen whenever you ran, and that was fun. It's better now, but I just thought I would mention it. Marvin. This skin was made in collaboration with Postmortem, a Roblox game released in 2024, created by Ryan, and their group Aeternum. The game is a very surrealist experience following a philosopher on his life after death. The game plays very similarly to Frozen Soul / Dream Game, or Yumaniki if you ever played that. I haven't played Postmortem until I had to make this video, and it's pretty interesting. The Yumaniki inspiration is kind of blinding at points. I will say, the music is pretty nice. Whoever worked on the music, maybe them. The game started at a graveyard area and reminded me of Elden Ring, as the first NPC I talked to just taunted me, which just put me in a bad mood immediately. After walking around a bit, I found a snow globe, and interacting with it took me to a snowy forest. Then I walked some more. This game is pretty slow. Wandering around aimlessly is pretty boring. Maybe if I got further I could have found a bicycle or something. Anyways, I found an axe, which I used to break some boards that were restricting a cave, and in said cave I found Marvin. He just seemed to be like a shopkeeper who has a variety of potions in his shop's inventory. In Forsaken, Marvin is pretty much a different character separate from Dusekkar. First of all, he doesn't have a pumpkin for a head. Therefore, he's one of the only Dusekkar skins to have unique facial animations. He also has a different staff, as well as different ability effects that reference the Postmortem logo, as well as unique sound effects whenever he gets hurt or if he dies. Marvin also has unique request lines, with a lot of them referencing the potions he sells at his store. I'm sure Marvin does more in Postmortem than just being a shopkeeper, but I don't want to spoil this game for myself. There's more Forsaken skins in the Postmortem collab, so as I get to those, I'll be playing this game for the first time more and more. Hopefully Marvin doesn't die or something later on in Postmortem. Phantom. In my opinion, this skin is just a better glow-in-the-dark skin, even though it doesn't really glow in the dark. I don't know what this is referencing, but it changes quite a lot about Dusekkar's appearance, as you can see. It themes Dusekkar around the Witch's Brew, and makes him transparent, allowing you to see his bones. The skin also changes the appearance of his staff, as well as his ability effects, turning them all green. Loveshot. This skin is entirely based on Hatsune Miku's appearance in the song Magical Cure Loveshot by Sawtown. I can't play any of it because of copyright. In fact, I can't even show the music video without audio. I found a workaround though by playing the video through my shaking phone aiming at my monitor. The song has Miku hold a giant syringe, and there's a part in it where Miku says, 1, 2, 3, Miku Miku beam. User Party City on Discord thought of how Dusekkar also shoots beams, and suggested a Dusekkar skin themed after Miku, which is where the skin originates from. Loveshot loses the staff and instead uses the syringe, as well as having unique pink ability effects and unique sound effects. The skin also has unique request lines that reference lyrics from the song Loveshot, as well as just some other Miku things. Dumsekkah. This is another dumb pumpkin skin that goes with the other two stupid pumpkin characters, Doothekarr and Umdum. This one is the first one that released, and it is based on this specific pumpkin. Dumsekkah, Doothekarr, and Umdum are all siblings in Forsaken, and they all share the same request lines, being goofy and stupid. Dumsekkah also has a unique staff that's just the staff of the winds that Dusekkar uses, but with added silly pumpkins attached to it. I basically talked about the same skin 3 times. I can't think of anything else to say here. I mean, apparently this skin was supposed to have actual voice lines, but they were scrapped due to the concern of Roblox censoring them. Toothy Deer. In 2009, Shaletsky made a trailer for Roblox on YouTube titled Online Social Hangout Roblox. It's currently his most viewed video with an astounding 14 million views. The video is really just an old trailer for Roblox, showcasing the things you can do in it, like making friends, building structures, or blowing stuff up. Throughout the 3-minute trailer, this Toothy Deer shows up at several points. He's kinda like the protagonist of this specific trailer. He looks like a Toothy Deer, so he hides. He doesn't want to make Sparta, and he dies. The lifespan of this deer is 3 minutes. If you're sad about me making fun of this Toothy Deer's appearance, he's dead now. He's been dead for 16 years. I guess he's in Forsaken now though, as the Toothy Deer skin changes a lot about Dusekkar. It gives him an actual face, therefore he has facial animations, as well as giving him a unique staff and unique red ability effects. The skin also has different request lines, having them showcase his insecure personality, or just having him reference the lines he says in his debut video. The Toothy Deer was actually an NPC in the Forsaken cabin for a while. You could talk to him and make fun of him, but when this skin dropped, the NPC disappeared. Plushekkar. This skin turns Dusekkar into a marketable plushie. Well, I guess he wouldn't be marketable, but I'll get into that later. The skin smooths out their edges as well as giving them a yarn texture all over. The skin has unique ability effects as well as replacing their staff to this one with a Lego brick on it. Plushekkar also has unique request lines. There's not really much of a difference between these and default Dusekkar's lines, which just has some of the lines have Plushekkar reference building with materials and stuff. Okay, so this skin was released alongside some other plushie themed skins, in celebration with the official Chance plushie that was just released. Forsaken has stated they can only make plushies for original characters unless they have full permission from the character's owner. So they can make plushies for Chance and Taff, but they wouldn't be able to make a plushie for Dusekkar unless they got full permission. So the marketable plushie line might be wrong if they can't market this. Anyways, all the plushie themed skins share this sound whenever they get hit. Golden. This skin is in a set of really expensive golden themed skins, costing 100,000 points to buy, which is 400 real dollars if you want to buy one of these with Robux. This golden skin gives Dusekkar his appearance back in July 2008. This is nice, as he basically already had a gold fit that Forsaken could use. The skin gives Dusekkar a golden sparkly aura, as well as changing their staff and their abilities to share the golden aura as well. The skin's fine necessarily if you want to flex your points, or if you just really like Dusekkar. And since this is the last skin that's referencing one of Matt Dusek's avatars, here's a timeline of all of them. First, it would be his 2009 skin, which gives him his avatar's appearance in early 2008, Then it's Golden, which has his appearance in mid-2008. Then Milestone 2, which has his appearance in late 2008. Then lastly his default design, which has his look starting in 2009, and is still the appearance his account has now. Medic. This is currently the only special skin for Dusekkar that you could get easily. A special skin just being one you could only get at a limited time or by completing a challenge. To get this skin, you'll have to shield another survivor before they take fatal damage. Basically, you have to save someone. It doesn't take too long to get. The skin gives Dusekkar the appearance of the medic from Team Fortress 2, which is a first-person multiplayer hero shooter that has you pick between multiple classes at the beginning of a match, to do whatever your objective is. One of the classes being the medic, who is your standard healer. In TF2 lore though, he's everything but standard. He's a questionable German doctor that you would 100% have to escape from in a Roblox obby. The medic is also known for using a medigun to heal people as their default weapon in TF2. And in Forsaken, Dusekkar uses the same medigun instead of his staff. This means he has unique animations whenever you idle, or whenever you use your plasma beam ability. I like the skin a lot, and I get why it's here, as the medic and Dusekkar both share beam abilities. Not to mention I just like TF2. For Halloween I even went out as the scout, and you could see that in my profile banner for this channel. Artist. Okay, last skin. You could only get this one if you drew one of the posters that got in the lobby. I don't know anyone with this skin, so enjoy the first person Dusekkar gameplay. It gives Dusekkar an artist appearance, and if we had the render for it, we would know what Dusekkar's art style would be. But we don't, so yeah, the end. Okay, that was all the Dusekkar skins. You can leave now if you want. There wasn't actually too many skins. Builderman might be my next character I'm doing. I know I said I was going to do a poll, but I think it'd be fun to get all the Roblox staff out of the way. Because I did Shinletsky, now this is Dusekkar. It'd be kind of fun to finish off with the CEO of Roblox. I'd expect that video to take a little bit longer than 10 days though. Because I'm sick, I'm probably going to take a little break from these uploads, but I'm going to try to hire an editor to edit some of these for me so I can spend less time on each upload. If you're an experienced editor and you like my videos, then email me or join my Discord and message me there, because I need editors, okay? Please help me. Also, in my last video, I announced my Discord server is doing fine. You can join it if you want to be on my next recording session. Just remember to not be weird if you do decide to join. Okay, this is the part where I thank people. I want to thank the Forsaken Wiki, and I want to thank Forsaken as a whole. Okay, that's it. I guess I didn't really get much help on this video. Maybe that's why I'm getting low on energy. I need someone to do everything for me. Oh, I also want to thank the people in my Jason video who are still commenting my success for some reason. I don't know what's going on there, I just think that's funny. Thank you specifically, people. Okay, thanks for watching. If you made it to the end, then why not check out my other videos if this is your first time watching me. Or you could just, like the video, I guess. I don't know what else you could do. Let's see if we can hit 20k, that'd be kind of cool. Okay, bye.